Hey, what's up, y'all? New day out here at the property, and it's another beautiful one. It's a little chilly this morning, had to wear a jacket. Was out doing some mowing out here with the little old riding lawnmower there. Looks great. It's all nice and green, but boy, it sure does grow fast. That makes this time of the year a little, I don't know, redundant, repetitive. Seems like come out here and all I do is mow and mow and then mow some more. Oh, and then the trees. Trees are all green and budding and growing, and I got to do some tree trimming, especially on the path on the way in, which I think I'm gonna get to here in a minute. I'm Brandon. Oh, there's old Blisto, getting so hard of hearing. Like I was saying, I'm gonna get on the tractor and just start going towards the front and stopping where I need to trim some trees, so at least I have a clear path coming in, not scratching up the truck or anything. Got to get up by the gate too, because it's starting to grow in there. Got my tools, got the tractor. So let's go get some trees trimmed. All right, we're at our first little tree right here. Just like I said, going travel path that I take to drive in and just start trimming up some trees on that path. So this is a little one. It ought to go quick and easy. All right, that one wasn't so bad. Now on to the next one here. It's kind of in the path, but not really. It's a little off the path, but we're going to trim it up anyways. All right, got that one all trimmed up. Got a full load here. Go empty this and go find the next one. And you might have noticed the camera fell over a couple of times there. It's a little windy. So also makes it hard sometimes trying to reach up and cut some of those smaller branches because they start blowing and you're where you thought you're about to get it, it's not there anymore. So let's go find the next one. Well, I got distracted by another tree when I was dumping off that grass, or the grass. When I was dumping off that load of branches, and I went to trimming it up, and I threw the chain on my pole saw. It really sucks. I just tightened it up yesterday, and to be honest, I haven't used it that much. I used to have another Ryobi chains pole saw, and it got to where I couldn't even tighten the chain anymore, and it was throwing it all the time, which was really annoying. I got this one, and it's been good so far. One of the first times I've thrown a chain on it. Let's put in a little bit of work. It's not cooperating. Oh, come on. Don't want to stay here in place for me. go, I think. Is that it? Looks like it's on. That blade's tight. I think the chain is tight enough. Really should get me a little setup to put in the tractor to have the Allen wrenches and stuff to do this, but not today. All right, we got the pulse all fixed. Now we're going to hit this tree right here and keep going on down. Hopefully y'all don't blow over in the wind here. It's getting pretty windy. Well, I ain't having no luck with the wind, and I made a big mistake there. Cut a big branch off that I didn't want to cut. Yeah, that was a bummer. Maybe I should just cut that one off now that's going that way. See if we just get the tree going straight up. I might as well at this point. So let's see how that looks. Well, I guess it doesn't look too bad. I got that big fork that was coming out over here towards the drive-in area out. It does look a little wonky from certain angles, but I guess it'll be all right. What do y'all think? No choice at this point, right? Let me go get this dumped off and we'll find our next victim. All right, the next victim ended up being that mesquite right there. It was just right behind where we were, so I didn't set up the camera back up for that. Now, this one, right where the tractors is, where the drive path is, so this one's really close to it. So I'm gonna trim that one up. All right, that's another little area trimmed up pretty good. Can at least ride the tractor underneath here and opens up my space for the drive-in. So everything's above the tractor top now. So let's go get this one dumped and get on to the next. What you doing over there, Blisto? Blisto. Blisto. Boy. All right, well, I got this section here. A lot of it's hanging down. I mean, it's 6 feet off the ground. Man, that's a whole mess of trees going right along there. I don't know if I want to get into it because that just seems like hours of work there. So maybe I'll hit a few of the big ones that are really hanging down and in the way and not try to get down the rabbit hole. Because, yeah, some of those I can't even walk under. So I'm going to go ahead and hit up some of those, and then we'll hit up this mesquite tree here a little bit, and then we'll start getting towards the front of the property. So let me get to it. All right, well, I got that all cleaned up. Looks quite a bit different, but not really. Pulled a lot of branches out of there. Could keep going, but like I said, I'm just doing a quick one on that, and then got to move on up to all the way to the front here sooner or later. And I need to go ahead and put the dog in the RV. pretty, I think it's still pretty cool in there. Um, it was down in the 60s last night, so low 60s. So it cooled down in there, and it's got that cover over it, so it stays cool pretty good. Oh man, and it's getting warm out here. I'm about to go change shirts too, I think. All right, well, I decided to skip a few spots back that way and come up here closer to the front. So these trees are hitting my truck when I come in, right here and here, so I'm gonna get those, and then go up by the gate right over there, right there, and get those real quick. And then I'll head back, depending on what time I got, to do a few more that way. All right, that one's cleaned up pretty good. It's more than I was planning to do for sure, but I just kind of keep going and going, and still needs more. I'm gonna stop there because I need to do the front gate, and I've got the side going in is good. Probably should trim up that one right over there a little bit. And while I was going to dump that last big load, I was trying to cut some of this grass up into here, and my mower broke. Bolt sheared right off. Again, happens quite often. I know these aren't the right bolts, but I did get like a heavy grade, expensive bolt, and it did the same thing. So I'm just gonna keep putting cheap ones in there, I guess. I got more back at the shed, but we're not mowing right now, so we can do without. I was just kind of doing the old two birds, one stone type of thing. So let me get all this loaded back up and move over to the front gate. And yeah, I forgot to change my shirt. It wasn't hot when I went back. Took that little break sitting under the gazebo with the wind blowing. It didn't feel bad, so I forgot. I'm feeling it now though. I think the entrance here is pretty well cleaned up. A lot better than it was. Am I getting tired of holding those saws? Yeah. It wears on you pretty quick. All that leverage and the weight being out, it becomes tiring. So I'm gonna go back, take another break, and check on the dog. Well, on my way back from up there at the front gate, I went ahead and spent more time cutting the trees and ones that were still in the way that I was gonna go back and do after I took a break, but I didn't take a break. I just went and did it. So on the way back, and man, I am tired. Like I said before, holding those saws and everything wears you out. I'm a little wore out. I still gotta unload some stuff here out of the back of the truck. Oh, that's heavy. And put everything up and clean up. It sucks having to drive 2 hours to get out here. That's why I usually get out here pretty late when I come, because dreading that drive. Oh. And it's just a pretty straight drive, straight down 35. As long as the traffic's not bad, it goes all right. But it's still a long drive, and I don't like long drives. Oh, Almost forgot I had that battery up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting up everything and clean up, load up, and get on out. It's been a good weekend. Felt like I got a good amount of stuff done. Getting that big old tree stump out was really nice. Haven't been putting that off for probably a year, just because I didn't want to deal with it. And I finally got to it. I got one more to do that I feel is going to be just as bad as that one. On that one, I cut the trunk way down low, and I'm not going to have as much leverage to push it over, which is going to make it a different challenge than before. I need to remember, and I never thought about it before, but remember to leave those trunks up as high, not as high as I can, but leave them up high enough to where I can have that leverage. So I gotta get a battery out there. Oh man, that little clipper thing, this little clipper thing here sure does come in handy when trimming up those trees. I used to do it all by hand with these here, which that's gets tiring in its own way. That clipper, it's long and not exactly heavy, but it's got all that weight, leverage, holding it up high. So yeah, it gets tiring in its own right. So like I said, I've been picking up here and just rambling on, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I think I am going to fix this right here where the bolt broke real quick. It's a little bit of a pain because you got to find the hole in there and line it up, and it can be hard sometimes, but I've done it so many times now. That bolt usually only breaks when you have you hit something, bottom out the blades, but man, I wasn't doing anything rough with it. It just was regular old grass, and it broke. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna stop talking here and get everything put up. So till next time, later.